Just to let you know, I'll be saying first a lot in this video. And I mean a lot. Apparently, that's what happens when you move halfway across the world. You become a beginner again. Suddenly, everything feels brand new. The first coffee, the first grocery run, the first time getting on the correct tube. Which, yes, absolutely counts as a milestone now. And somewhere on the other side of all these tiny firsts is a version of me I haven't even met, which sounds poetic, but low-key a little terrifying at the same time. The first morning I woke up, honestly, it didn't even feel real yet. Not in any dramatic way, but more like my body had arrived and my brain was lagging behind somewhere. So I decided not to overthink anymore and just started with my day. We went out to the cost cutter across the street and got some sandwiches for breakfast. And I tried making coffee for the first time in a coffee machine. Needless to say, I failed, so I enlisted help, aka my husband. I mean, what are husbands even for, right?
Three of 5.
Another gold star for finding the right platform and getting on the correct tube on the very first try. If that's not a sign this city and I are going to get along, I don't know what is. After picking up our BRP cards, we were free for the rest of the day. So I took my very first stroll around the city, which mostly included me gawking at all the different office buildings, which were no short of architectural marvels. I mean, seeing these places in TV and movies is one thing, but standing here and looking up at them is a different thing altogether. So, picking up my jaw off the floor and moving on. All that walking made us pretty hungry, so we came to a pub for an early dinner. And because 8,000 steps apparently wasn't enough, we walked some more after dinner. But just the views alone made it worth all the leg cramps I was going to have tomorrow. Day 2 was our first proper sightseeing day, so we started with the most obvious one. Yes, you guessed it, the London Eye. It was a little gloomy, so not the best views, but still beautiful. By the second day, we were already creating little traditions. Ours involved celebrating every minor life event with food and drinks. After months of planning and rushing through errands, worrying about the paperwork, and packing our favorite socks, this was the moment we could finally sit down and savor it. It was starting to get colder here, so we went down to Oxford Street to look for some warm clothes before winter fully arrives. Which is funny and a little embarrassing to admit that I had to look up how to layer warm clothes because that's what happens when you move from a tropical climate. You have to relearn how to dress yourself. Even though I could keep walking, my calves just wouldn't have it at this point. And actually, thanks to my calves, I got on my very first cab ride in the city. Day 4 was the first day of making the city feel more like home, doing the mundane things couples do on weekend mornings. So we went out for our first grocery shop in our local Sainsbury's, picked up some of the basics, milk, eggs, bread, spotted something called a munchkin pumpkin, gushed over it for a few minutes, took pictures of it from 10 different angles, and of course posted it on Insta. In the evening, we went out to meet family and caught up over some drinks at Covent Garden. And I think having familiar faces around made this city feel less lonely for the first time since we'd arrived. And I know we are only a few days in, but I needed a break from the no seasoning in anything food for a bit. So of course we came to the most recommended Indian place in London. After a bowl of their black dal and ruby chicken, my taste buds were finally rejoicing. And as satisfying as that meal was, we immediately needed to walk it off. So we wandered around a bit aimlessly around Leicester Square, Trafalgar, and the Lyceum Theatre, and ended the night with our tummy and our hearts equally full. We did pop into the grocery store to pick up some stuff, to try and get started on the huge task that was awaiting me of testing and trying my old recipes with completely unfamiliar ingredients. And if you thought the dinner from last night was enough to satisfy my desi cravings, well, you were wrong. We decided to try out a local Indian place, which was not a very good idea. But at least it was something familiar to cling on to for now. Today was my first attempt at cooking something that turned out to be a very shabby version of what I used to cook at home, and that's the caveat of cooking in a new country, because every small ingredient tastes slightly different here. But hey, that's a problem I could leave for future me to figure out. The first week felt quieter than I expected. No suddenly becoming a new person the moment you step into a new city, like every other cliched rom-com would have you believe. Just a lot of ordinary firsts. One coffee, one grocery run, one evening walk, one kitchen disaster. You just keep showing up every day in this new life. One first at a time, until the city starts feeling a little less like a stranger and more like home.